There is a good chance your For You page has shown you someone lying on their couch with a piece of oily cloth taped to their stomach, claiming it is detoxing their liver, shrinking bloat, and fixing hormones they never mentioned testing. Castor oil packs did not just go viral, they went ancient first, and that combination of old and trending is exactly why so many people assume it must work. Let's start with what a castor oil pack actually is, because the ritual matters less than the substance. It is a piece of cloth, usually cotton flannel or wool, soaked in castor oil and pressed against the skin, most often over the stomach, the upper right side where the liver sits, or the lower abdomen for period-related discomfort. Add a heating pad on top and you have the entire method. No device, no supplement stack, just oil and cloth. This is not a new invention wearing a TikTok filter. Castor oil has been used in traditional medicine for roughly 3,500 years, with documented use in ancient Egypt around 1550 BCE, later adopted by the Greeks and Romans, and used extensively in both traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda for its purgative and anti-inflammatory reputation. So when someone tells you this is grandma's remedy, they are more accurate than they probably realize. Now here is where the story splits into two very different claims, and treating them as one is where most of the viral confusion comes from. Claim 1, taken orally, castor oil is a laxative. This is not folklore. This is FDA recognized and pharmacologically understood. The active compound, ricinoleic acid, makes up roughly 90% of the fatty acids in castor oil, and once ingested, it stimulates bowel movement directly. Of every use castor oil has ever been credited with, this is the one modern research actually backs without much argument. Claim 2, applied topically to the skin through a soaked cloth, castor oil reduces inflammation, eases pain, and somehow reaches deep enough to detox internal organs. This is where the evidence gets thin fast. Ricinoleic acid does bind to certain receptors involved in inflammation, the same general pathway targeted by common anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, and some small studies show topical castor oil helping with specific things like nerve-related pain or period cramps. But researchers are still working out how deeply that compound actually absorbs through skin, and the claims about liver detoxing, fat melting, or flattening your stomach overnight have essentially no scientific support behind them. Multiple physicians have said this directly and bluntly. One board-certified internal medicine doctor who studies viral wellness trends put it plainly: castor oil is a traditional remedy with mild anti-inflammatory properties, but there is no scientific evidence that rubbing it on your belly detoxes your liver, burns fat, or reduces internal inflammation. Another medical reviewer noted that most of the anti-inflammatory research behind castor oil packs comes from small animal studies and lab experiments, not large human trials, which means the claims are not conclusively proven in people at all. So does that make castor oil packs pure pseudoscience? Not exactly, and this is the nuance most viral content skips entirely. The relaxation effect is real, because lying still with warmth on your stomach for 20 minutes will calm most people down regardless of what oil is involved. The mild anti-inflammatory mechanism has a real, if incomplete, biochemical basis. What is not real is the idea that this replaces medical treatment or performs organ-level detoxification your liver and kidneys already handle on their own. There are also small but real risks worth knowing. If the castor oil is not cold-pressed, hexane-free, or organic, contaminants can pose a risk to your skin. People with sensitive skin can experience allergic reactions or irritation from prolonged contact. None of this makes the practice dangerous for most healthy adults, but it does mean this belongs in the category of low-risk self-care, not medical intervention. The honest verdict sits right in the middle of the two extremes flooding your feed. Not a miracle, not a total scam either. A centuries-old comfort ritual with a sliver of real biochemistry behind it. wrapped in a mountain of overstated modern marketing. That is usually how these viral wellness trends work. Somewhere underneath the exaggerated claims, there is a real, much smaller finding that got picked up, stretched, and repackaged until the nuance disappeared completely. Our job here is to hand that nuance back to you. If breaking down viral health trends like this is useful to you, hit like on this video and subscribe to the channel so future evidence checks land in your feed automatically. There is a lot more of this kind of trend worth taking apart.